because of criminal justice reform and prison reform and all the other things with the African American community. I used to say, what the hell do you have to lose? And they agreed with me, and we're doing incredible. The relationship.
Alarm bells sounded late last week with reports that turnout among African Americans in Miami-Dade was lagging.
Well, this weekend, the Biden campaign made a concerted effort to reach out to black voters here and across the state on Sunday, participating in Souls to the Polls events. Former Democratic State Senator Chris Smith is joining us. He is also a member of the Florida Constitution Revision Commission. And Senator, nice to see you. Let me ask you this. President Obama,
great to see you.
President Obama at FIU this afternoon trying to drum up support. As we've mentioned, there's been a huge focus on black voters the last few days. Have these efforts moved the needle, and what do you attribute this possible attitude of not being interested in going out to vote by some members of the black community?
Well, I think with everything, the COVID-19 crisis has really hampered a lot of the efforts. As you know, a lot of the last-minute efforts or the last weekend efforts deal with the churches in our communities, and that hence the Souls to the Polls. And by a lot of the black churches being closed over the past few months, it's been really hard to get that ready-made audience. But President Obama, President Biden, Vice President Biden, and others have really done a great job in coming down and exciting us.
So it seems like they're doing that now in these final days and hours. But along the way, do you think that there were missed opportunities by specifically the Biden campaign that ultimately induced this panic?
No, I think them acting as adults, them taking the health and consideration of their constituents and future constituents, I think people are noticing that, and they're still getting out. Now, on the ground, we've been getting people out door to door. We've had, I guess, about 60 people out today. We'll have some out tomorrow, but there are other groups. Myself and Senator Thurston have been working with GOTV efforts and putting people door to door and really drumming out the vote. But when the principals come down, they're being the adults in the room and making sure that we're staying healthy and not getting these massive crowds. I think we're going to see a good turnout tomorrow. From what we've been noticing on the ground here, people traditionally like going to the polls, and I think you'll see a good turnout, especially in Broward County tomorrow.
Now, black women have been seen by many as the backbone of the Democratic Party. Now there's a big battle for the votes of black men. You see President Trump's campaign pulling celebrities like Ice Cube, Lil Wayne in his orbit. What impact do you think that'll have on the vote?
I think it's caught the attention of some people and has made people like myself work harder and other community leaders that are looking at all the issues. And with every time there's a celebrity that comes out that meets with President Trump, you've had myself and other community leaders that have come out and reminded people that of the 190 federal judges that the President Trump has put together, that none have been black men, and we've reminded the community of those records. I'll admit, by him meeting at the last minute with some of these celebrities, it's caused us to come out and really put the facts out and really put our feet on the ground to dispel some of the things that are being said in these last minute meetings with celebrities.
Senator Smith, thank you so much for your insight tonight.
Thank you very much.